Yeah, man. You're not getting the updates. You're not getting the notifications. Then you got to log on to doggydiamondstv.com. Doggydiamondstv.com. All the way at the bottom of the page, you put your email in, and you will definitely get the notifications directly from me. You will get notifications of new uploads. You got to put your email in, and then check your spam. Make sure it's not going to your spam folder, and click not spam if you're in Gmail. But again, you got to log on to doggydiamondstv.com. I don't know if I said nofilter.com. I'm so used to saying, I've been saying that for 2 years, but it's doggydiamondstv.com. Make sure you log on, go all the way to the bottom of the page, and you will be able to put your email in. Okay, so the promo has been updated. Have you heard about my $200 social media promotion deal? Okay, let me give you some details really, really quick. Listen, man, the promotion will be done on Doggy Diamonds TV and the Interlude TV accounts. That's on the Insta stories, the YouTube community, the threads, the Facebook, the Twitter accounts. I could promote whatever you need. But as a reminder, this is for serious inquiries only. Must be Cash App ready. I can help you get in front of over 500,000 people with a post on my various social media outlets with your product, whether it's your song, whether it's your book, whether it's your YouTube, no matter what it is that you're trying to promote, I can get you definitely via my social media account with my numbers, over 500,000 people. You should already know. Let's go. Yes. So I took a few days off, more than a few days off. I've been chilling, man. Just chilling. But I'm back. Shout out to Truck 74080. I agree with a lot what you said. We're going to talk about that. GAV is in the building. Nate Jackson, what's up? King Michael Coy, what's up? David Weaver, what's up, man? I'm here. Neltron 8000, what's up with you? Disrupting Reality NYC is in that green. That means they remember. B Marcus, what's up with you? Peace to you. Saul Perez, what's up? Nisa Shabazz, peace to you. Q2 Wise, what's up? Tiger, what's up? Where you been, man? I ain't seen you in a while. Brown Girl from Boston is in the building. That's the first moderator here. Donnie Links, what's up? Vera Mickey, how are you doing? Bernadette Bernie, how are you doing? Illy Philly 215 is in the building. William Walker, what's up? And don't forget,
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Young Yala, what's up? We got Nikki Rayel in the building. Jamarco Liverman. I probably butchered that. Whatever. My bad. Clubber Lane 718. Brunswick, what's up? DeHaven is in the building. That is the real DeHaven. What's up, bro? Ryan Smith is in the building. Michael Holmes is here. Scale Blazers is here. See some new people. I'm happy that y'all here with me tonight. Queens get the money. Yes, Ryan Smith. Shout out to Queens. Shout out to all 5 boroughs. But we know Brooklyn rocks the house. I'm Brooklyn. Pamela Lee, how are you doing? H.I., what's up with you? Kills, what's up? And don't forget,
Doggie Diamonds did this.
That's a fact. Slum 1777. We got NC is in the building. Jay Diesel, what's up, man? Jersey is in the building? Yeah, Jersey is in here. JD Diesel said that. Peter Truth, what's up? Heartbeat of MIA 315 is in the building. I'm here. I've been chilling. Hopefully y'all been chilling too. It's been cold, snowing everywhere, all types of madness. But sometimes you gotta lay low, you know? Original one, peace to you as well. New Orleans is in the building. Uh-oh, somebody said the NO is in the building. Guess we gotta ride with the NO. Who in the building? The NO is in here. Jersey is in here. That's it. I don't know. NC is here. They said NC is in the building. A lot of people is in the building. I'm in the building, of course. I'm Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds. Oh, forgot something. Hold on. Don't feel like me. All right. I feel better now. What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Doggie Diamonds. We got Sakar Salah in the building as well. We got Iceberg. Okay, cool, because I ain't going to front. Your font is fly. I love the calligraphy of it, but I cannot pronounce that. So I'm glad you said Iceberg is in attendance, because I was just like, blah, 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 blah. For sure. What's up, man? I missed you for sure. You was one of the first people who commented, and I didn't shout you out. Joe Dante, what's up? So, you know, one of the things I love to do on my platform, I love talking about various topics, but my favorite topic to talk about is music. The making of music, the art of music, the love of music, listening to music. Some people don't like some of my hip hop takes. Some people don't like when I say certain things. But hey, that's why I got a platform and I'm here to say things. And many people agree. Believe it, I don't want y'all to ever think that some of the things I say, nobody agrees with me. Just that some people can't agree publicly for political reasons. Me, I ain't tied in politically with nothing. I say what I want, when I want, how I want. You know, and I need y'all to get them likes up too. If we gonna say nothing. And if you're not subscribed, you're a part of Playback Gang, make sure you subscribe. Okay, so this video was inspired by, I was looking at some things and the 90s is my era. I got into the culture professionally in 1992. 1992 was my first dose of, okay, this is the music business. Young kid hanging around Trackmasters. They decided to sign my group. It was on for me there. Teenager, mid-teens, just being around the culture and just being there and seeing the rise of a lot, seeing the introduction of Onyx, Biggie, Craig Mack, Tupac, so many people coming into the culture, Wu-Tang, Mobb Deep, Redman, EPMD. EPMD is 80s though, but I'm just saying that this time of the 90s was just so powerful because it was so much dope music, but it was a lot of whack music too. This was the rise of the super record labels now, because now we got these powerhouses like Def Jam that's backed by Sony and different parent labels, but they were building a roster of dope-ass artists. And we partied a lot. We drank a lot of beer. A lot of people smoked a lot of reefer, but we drank a lot of beer. We wasn't really too big on liquor, but we drank a lot of beer. We drank a lot of beer. But we partied. We had fun. It was a particular time where hip-hop was really about having fun. Dudes would go into the circle and dance. It was about bagging women. It was about writing a number on your hand, Gavin, give them your beeper number and stuff like that. And I was a kid just looking around, not knowing that I would be here all these years later, still intertwined into the culture sometime. I aspired to do that, but I didn't know that I would really achieve that, because look what the culture done to so many people. But as I look at a lot of my peers who might have had record deals and were more advanced than me financially and in stature, many of them fell off. Many of them don't know what to do. I see a lot of them out there doing music and trying to do stuff, and they have no clue what to do. Now, I picked this picture for a reason, because you have, on the left is the late, great Saphir, legend. You got Craig Mack, you got legendary DOC and Biggie. Now, what the hell are they doing together, right? So that's what I used to love about 90s hip-hop. 90s hip-hop was about dudes seeing each other, meeting each other, and just respecting each other's pen, respecting each other's rap, whatever it was, you respect it, and they would just get together and just take pictures and do stuff. So Saphir is from the Bay, Craig Mack is from Long Island, DOC is from Texas, LA by the way of Texas, and Biggie is from Brooklyn. So in this picture right here, you got these four great men, legends in their own right, and three of them are deceased, and one of them lost his voice, but all of them made an impact on the culture. Saphir, I like Saphir musically, but he didn't really put out a lot of music, but he's Cousin Harold, though. So Cousin Harold definitely gets a pass from me from being in Minister Society as Cousin Harold. So he Cousin Harold, but he battled Casual, a.k.a. Smash Rockwell. They had an epic battle. This was before battling was something. They put on a battle, and that was big for the culture. If you're from the West Coast, you'll know about that battle. And I was in Brooklyn that I knew about the battle. So I was talking about I'm talking about the 90s because I seen Taji, Tajay, I think it's Taji or Tajay. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's definitely a part of the Hyro crew. Definitely a part of Souls of Mischief. And I seen him doing an interview, and he was saying stuff that I didn't know. Like he was saying how, Dell wrote some stuff for Q, and Dell was the first one out, and they had the logo, and the logo was supposed to be the Mad Face logo, but they had WC and the Mad Circle, and the Mad Circle, and then Honest came out with the Mad Face, and I was like, I love hip hop. Tajay, yeah, okay, that's what I know how to pronounce it. I shout out to them too. Souls of Mischief is, where do I begin with them? But anyway, that's 90s too. So when I was listening to this interview, it was like hip hop trivia, and I love that. I love that part of the culture. And when I was looking at him, he was giving information, but when I looked at him, I was like, he probably could drop right now. And then lo and behold, they have a 93 Until freestyle that's better than the actual song. If you look up Souls of Mischief 93 Until freestyle, the damn freestyle is better than the original record. And I think they might have put that out in 2023. So I love that. So when I see some of the elder statesmen in the culture, because we got to remember the 90s was a long time ago. It was over 30 years ago. I like that they still rapping. I like that they got Hyro Day. I just like, that shit mean a lot to me. Me being from Brooklyn, I got to go to one. I got to go to Hyro Day one time. You know what I'm saying? I got to get around that. Like, I just want to feel that energy of, damn, these are legends in their town and they've been putting it on for a long time. I love that. But when I looked at Tajay and I looked at other people, there are a lot of people that are not doing well. There are a lot of people who aren't what they used to be. And I wanted to explain why I think that is. This is also inspired by, I seen Raskaz, one of the dopest pens, one of the dopest rappers, in my opinion, ever. And I hate to say, because this is messed up. This is equivalent to saying you're pretty for a dark-skinned girl, right? I hate to say that he's dope because he's from the West Coast. No, he's dope because he's dope. So people will hold Raskaz in a certain regard because he's from the West Coast, but he raps like a East Coast dude. The Game and other. I don't like that, But I seen Raskaz do a alleged response on Ambrosia for Heads, who I follow on Instagram. I also follow their website, but and he was responding to Joey Badass. And I listen to music. The way I listen to music from some of y'all is different. Not because I'm better than anybody, but I listen to music with different ears. First and foremost, my first ear that I listen to is as a producer. I'm a producer by trade. That's what I am. So I listen to the beat. Sometimes if I don't like the beat, I have to listen to the lyrics because I will have to understand why they rapped in that style, what it is the beat telling them to do. So I start listening to all of that. Then I listen to the lyrics. And people think I don't understand lyrics. I understand double, triple entendres. I knew what it was before people knew what it was. And again, not to toot my own horn or whatever, I recorded Biggie before a few times. This is Biggie. I recorded Biggie, not Notorious B.I.G. It's two different people. So, and then I listen as a consumer. Like, will I buy this? So I listen with three ears. I listen as the producer, I listen to lyrics, also somebody that could write raps, and I just don't like doing it, but I've done it before. And then I listen to, as a consumer, what I buy this. And then the DJ in me kicks in sometimes, and I wonder how I would cut it and scratch it, all that. But as I was listening to this freestyle, and I was looking at the comments, I said this freestyle is really bad. Like, the freestyle wasn't dope to me. And he's a dope ass rapper. He has a project out called Gutter. That's fire. You know what I'm saying? But the freestyle wasn't dope. And this is my opinion. I didn't think the freestyle was dope. But in the comments, I seen a bunch of fire emojis. And I can't stand them fire emojis because it seemed like people are not honest. They're just happy that some people are working. They're just happy that some people are putting music out. So there really is no honesty. So these artists that are coming out that have been in the culture for so long, they don't know how to gauge where they're at. The freestyle just wasn't dope to me. And I just seen all these fire emojis, and I'm like, come on, man. It wasn't fire. He's better than that. He has better than that out right now. And when I'm looking at some of these artists from the 90s, some of it is their fault. Some of it is black culture's fault. Now, first and foremost, in black culture, you're not allowed to age. You're not allowed to get old. The minute you get old, you get judged. You start getting called auntie. You start getting called unc. You start getting called OG. You start getting called old. And old to us is synonymous with not being in the loop, or you're too old to do this and do that. That's just black culture. So old to some of us means outliving dummies. Getting old, aging, is one of the greatest accomplishments that shouldn't even be accomplishments, because you live to get old, right? You live to age. You know, you could remember when you were 4, 5 years old, and then you're like, damn, I'm 15. I'm going to the movies by myself. I'm going with my friends. You know, I'm dating. We are not allowed to age in black culture. The first thing we want to do is say how you are old. Old is a diss. So I hear it all the time. You know, you old. And it's like, I never said I wasn't old. I'm happy to get old. I'm happy to age. You know, some of my friends passed away when they had facial hair. I didn't think I was going to be older. I didn't think it, you know. My lifestyle, my environment, my thought process I never saw myself sitting here. So to sit here, sadly, is an accomplishment. So one thing I don't let people do is make me feel bad about something that I feel good about. Right? You're not going to make me feel bad about something in our communities is an accomplishment. You know, but we get called old, we get called, you know, and it ain't no fool like an old fool, though, because it is a lot of old fools. But that's the first thing that you don't want to be as a black person. Certain things that you get called, the N-word don't bother you. Even if you get called it by an other, don't bother you as much as getting called old or broke. Right? That's the thing, people. You broke. Let me tell y'all something. I never saw any of y'all account balance. I don't know what y'all have or don't have. To me, broke is a mentality. It is the way you carry yourself. When you have a certain esteem, a certain aura, that is your money, not what you have in the bank. Having a good bank account is great. Being able to afford things, taking care of your family is great. But how you carry yourself will always enable you to get money. It will always enable you to be able to get money, having a skilled trade, having thought, being able to talk will always be able to get you money. So that's not a problem. But first thing we do is say, he's broke. People say to me all the time, "You broke," and I'll be like, "Okay, cool." I don't give a fuck with, because I don't. What I'm going to show, I'm going to put my account across the screen. I'm going to, show you what do I have to? Why do I have to validate what I have to a stranger? It's not a diss to me. I don't. I don't. I don't feel. Even if you call me old, it's not a diss. It's not a diss to me. You got to try better. That doesn't bother me. But that's where we can't be. So when we look at a lot of these artists, their biggest fear is being old and broke. Many of them are old and broke based off of lifestyle choices and then lack of knowledge. This culture wasn't kind to a lot of the guys in the 90s because they were signing record deals where there wasn't no publishing. They were grandfathered in. So, for example, if you signed to this record company, you didn't get no publishing. You got a royalty rate. So as you sold, you got royalty money, but the record label could license your song somewhere, and you might not always get some of that. You might get mechanicals and all that, but nowadays you get publishing, you get mechanicals, you get residuals. It's different. So a lot of the artists that I work with behind the scenes, I work or say I don't really brag about this, but I work with a lot of artists to get their publishing back. And we've been successful through my man Guru Roach. We're getting some people their stuff back. But, I'm not bragging about that. That's just something I do for the culture because I really love music. And if anybody tell me, you don't got your publishing, I'll be like, oh, hell no. Let me make some calls for you right on the spot. I've done it. And, I get them set up to where they could at least get their publishing investigated. Some people we found their publishing was going to different countries. It was going to P.O. boxes. We found that some people had dummy companies stealing their publishing. It's a lot. The publishing game is terrible. But dudes didn't know that, right? A lot of dudes didn't know that. Because coming in the culture and you're 17, 18 years old, and somebody say, hey, man, here goes $8,000. Shit, you come from the projects. Whether we like it or not, a lot of artists come from public housing. So, shit, somebody give you $8,000, that's back then, that was like $80,000. So you're going to take that money, right? So a lot of them don't understand the business. And believe it, I'm going to say something to y'all that's deep. A lot of them still don't understand. To this very day, they don't get it. You have people who help people with their rollout. You have people who give them strategy, unappreciated people who help them. A lot of these people still don't know. So you'll look at super groups. You'll look at a group that everybody in the group, but only like 4 of them is popping. And you wonder, why the other 4 ain't popping? Well, I say Wu-Tang. You look at a group like Wu-Tang, and then it'll have this, he's a star. But he's not really a star. And the affiliates ain't this, and you wonder why. Because some of them never understood the business. Some of them never learned that, right? So what happens is many of them think the nostalgia of what they was a part of will always be. One thing that we never take into consideration is that we're going to get old, right? Give me another example. Over the past 2 weeks, it's been freezing. If you're on the East Coast anywhere, it's cold. It snowed in New Orleans, Florida. It's cold. So if you're an artist from the 90s, that means at this particular point, you're probably in your 50s, right? Say you have a show. Who is your audience? Before anybody tells me they want to rap, and they want to always say, who are you rapping for? Who is your audience? One idiot that I used to be around, I asked him who he's rapping for. He said, everybody. I said, you cannot rap for everybody. You will hope that it resonates with everybody, but you have to have a target audience that if you have a strong 1,500 people, like right now, for example, I haven't been on for a while, so I'm a little out the algae a little bit. I got 386 people in this room. That would be small based off my subscriber base. But I know many people don't get notifications. Not making no excuse. I got 397 now people in this room. But look at it like this. If I was in a room talking and it was 397 people in the room, in the actual physical room, that's a lot of people. So when you look at numbers and you look at perception, people say, oh, he got 285,000 subscribers and he only had 297 people in the room. I look at it like, well, what if I was in the actual room? That's a lot of people. To come out to see little old me, I'm happy with that. You know, so many of them don't know how to crunch the numbers. They don't know how to take this and put this on this and put this with that. They look at the numbers like, oh, I only got this. But what about that, that, and that? So that's like saying, yo, I only got 5 $100 bills. What about the 20s, the 10s, and the 1s? You got to count all that bread. All that bread get counted. The coins get counted. Everything gets counted. Everything gets counted. So a lot of them don't understand that your audience that loved you, your audience that would come out for you, your audience that would buy all your stuff is now older. They have children. They have responsibility. They don't have that pep in their step. Some of them got cranky knees. Some of them just don't listen. Some of them, and sadly, some of us have moved on from listening to hip hop all day, every day. So you think in 2025, the audience that was in the club saying you down with OPP is coming out in 2025 in the blistering cold? My favorite group from the South? I have a few, but I really like 8 Ball and MJG. You get what I'm saying? So you didn't take into accountability that your audience was going to age with you. So you didn't know how to stay relevant and transcend with the times. So you will be able to deal with the youth your age and older. It's cold. You know one thing about us, man, when it's cold, that shit is a deterrent. It's too hot or too cold? Nah, it's brick outside. Yo, you pulling up? Nah, it's brick out there. Because we pass the coming out for, we got weed. We passed the coming out for, yo, we got drinks. We passed coming out for, yo, it's gonna be chicks there. We passed coming out for, yo, we can network. We're not coming out. So as you sitting around and you want to do your shows or whatever, who is your audience now? So when you look, you'll look and you'll see, respectfully, a lot of white boys. A lot of white boys who are just hip-hop heads where they like to be in this element. Us, me being a guy from Brooklyn, me being a New Yorker, more so a Brooklynite than a New Yorker, ain't nobody famous to nobody from New York. New York mentality, we don't know no famous people. That nigga live down the block. That's just us. So when they like pop out, like, pop out for what? Everything that I want is in my crib. I ain't coming out. Yo, man, nah. They gonna have Black Moon, Smith and Wesson gonna be there, Honest gonna be there, your MOP. We like, shh. Because we're older. That a law, who gonna babysit? You know, I got work in the morning. Those things that we didn't have to worry about in our youth, we got to worry about now. So if you're having a party on a Wednesday night, shit, I got to get up and go to work at 6. I got to get the kids ready. So people are not popping out. So some of these artists never took into account that they're going to get old. The audience is not going to grow with you. They're not going to grow with you. And you didn't do things to transcend the times to where you will always be relevant. So, how do you stay relevant? Crying on the internet about the culture, you're never going to stay relevant. Because the way some of these dudes look at the culture, when they say drill, you know, I see them say, drill is the worst thing. Well, some of the elders said that about gangster rap. Some of the elders said that about southern rap and trap rap and different things. You know, it's funny to look at in the culture, somebody like T.I. is old right now. T.I. is old. 2 Chainz, that's 2 Chainz is Titty Boy. He's old. When you see people like Ludacris throw little records out, nobody care. That shit is just, that's just our culture. So we never take into account that the audience, it's like right now, you know, that's why I look at R&B. They got to group them together. They got to say New Edition with Drew Hill and KC and JoJo and Jodeci is together for people to say, that's a lot of people, man. I might have to go see that one. But if they say, hey, it's Ron Isley out there, you like, I fuck with Mr. Biggs, but I ain't paying $70 for no ticket to see Mr. Biggs. And that's just our culture. That's just where we at. And then a lot of them not understanding the business, how to transcend from going from getting per diem. A lot of them were pampered, spoiled, and they were used to being taken care of. And when it went from you getting per diem, company cars, and you know, you didn't know when you was in the studio, writing 10 hours, the studio was $150 an hour. You didn't know you were being charged for that. Now you got home studios. So the camaraderie of music is not the same because we're flying vocals. So I don't get the vibe of, nah, you killed that flow. Let me follow that flow. Not being in the studio together. It's nothing like being in the studio with somebody making music. You can hear when the vocals is fluent. You can hear when they wasn't together. You can hear when Method Man and Biggie was together when he said, don't tempt me, THOD, man. And he took the M-E from tempt me and then said THOD, man, and said method. You can hear that they were gathered for that because you ain't going to call somebody on the phone and say, after I say me, it's just not going to be that fluent. So you can hear the difference between flu vocals and email vocals and I left a 16 open than people just being together. Then you got a lot of older artists that just don't embrace the youth. I always wonder, I'm like, damn, why he don't work with him? You from Brooklyn, he from Brooklyn, and be your age. Stop trying to be a little nigga. You know, be your age. Come in there. If you still nice, it don't matter who you rapping with. You gonna burn them. You know, many people love 50 Cent as an artist. 50 Cent has probably some of the most classic songs, albums, records ever. But he can't rhyme no more. But nobody will never admit that. Everybody be like, yo, 50 was on there. And I'm like, he didn't even have no memorable verse. Like his time as a rapper is gone. But he won't see some of the youthful guys and be like, yo, business, this is what you need to do. Because he's able to move on to greener pastures. He's able to do TV. He got it. He understood it. And I respect him for that. You know what I'm saying? I respect him for that. And I want to show y'all a list of 90s hip-hop artists. And we can see how many of them are no longer even relevant right now. And this is a list, you know, of course we got Tupac, who passed away in 96, so he got cheated, but he's a legend. He will always be relevant for his works. See, he got that. His music was going to transcend his life. His work rate was going to transcend that. So we got Tupac, Eminem, who I won't even listen to, Tribe, rest in peace to Fight, but Tribe last album was horrible. Cypress Hill, I don't really know what's going on with them. And strangely, a lot of people on this list is deceased. But this is 90s hip hop. This is what raised many of us. And many people are missing, but this is it. So we got Cypress Hill, was one of my favorite groups. I don't know how people felt about Cypress Hill. I love Cypress Hill sound. I just absolutely love it. I thought DJ Muggs, who's from the East Coast, was able to capture Public Enemy, Hank Keith Shockley sound. But it was just different. The Bomb Squad, he was able to capture the Bomb Squad sound with these drums, these layered shit, and these noises. That was the Bomb Squad, but it was just dope. We got Gangstar, where, rest in peace to Guru. Somebody's not even talked about in the culture. And I've done whole shows on that. They don't even talk about Guru. He's not a nobody top nothing, which he deserved to be, because like the first 4 or 5 Gangstar albums is crazy. Some of the best production ever. Besides Living Proof, probably Primo's best production, but, you know, we got Andre 3000, who's really not a rapper. He's a rapper when he's with Outkast, but he's never done a solo album. The last album he did was flute music. Bone Thugs, credible group, one of my favorite groups ever. There's no Bone Thugs music. And they the only ones who did music with Easy, Tupac, and Biggie. We got Jizza. I just keep scrolling. De La Soul. Dave passed away. So we can't ever get the De La Soul thing again. And De La Soul, besides EPMD, you got EPMD, then you got De La Soul. But, you know, if Jizza drop an album today, nobody's going to be like, and I want to go back to Jizza. If Jizza drop an album today, nobody's going to be like, oh, Jizza just dropped. Nigga going to be like, so what? If it's not something, of course you're going to have your underground fans, but it's not the same. Souls of Mischief. Fire. And I think they could drop whenever. Because the way they was rapping the last time I saw them, I'm like, please drop something, shit. But I love Souls of Mischief. Never, whether it's Never No More, 93 Until, and then you had the Splinter things. You had Dell, who, you know, is down with High Road, and you got Casual, aka Smash Rockwell. It was just so much. And their producers is unsung, because at the end of it all, these dudes is from the Bay, and they was having them beats like that. It wasn't even supposed to be like that, but the beats was fire. Then you got Organized Confusion, who is Pharoah Monch and Prince Poe, who we toured together for the first time. Pharoah Monch is Pharoah Monch, but Prince Poe, respectfully, never became Pharoah Monch as Prince Poe should have been Prince Poe. Pharoah Monch is Pharoah Monch, but Prince Poe has not a prominent dude. But they birthed OC as well, too. That's my brother, too. Shout out to OC. But OC really more popping. You know him more for Digging in the Crates than you know him for being with Organized Confusion. The Jungle Brothers. We know where that went. And that was just like one of the best, you know. From the Jungle Brothers, we got Tribe. We got De La Soul. We got the Native Tongues. But it was the Jungle Brothers who spawned all that. You know, Jungle Brothers' old catalog, done by the Forces of Nature, fire. It's just, but I'm going to move on. The Loonies, shout out to my brother Yuckmouth. They forever got a classic. Yuck could still rap to me. I don't know what happened to the Yuckmouth and Pete Rock album. That was supposed to take place. And let me move this real quick, because I would like to see y'all on the stream too. Oh, well, okay, here we go. Thank you. I would like to see y'all. So I want to do this as I talk to y'all, because I would like to see y'all comments. So I'm going to do that. Yuckmouth. Him and Pete Rock supposed to do an album. Nas still could drop. So he, you know, there's some people who transcended that curse. But I got 5 on it is forever, based off of the movie, based off of TikTok. That's forever. But the Ghetto Boys, Bushwick Bill, rest in peace. We'll never see the Ghetto Boys again. They couldn't even do a podcast together. Yuckmouth and Pete Rock supposed to do an album together. Black Alicious. Shout out to Black Alicious. They was dope as hell too. I don't know if y'all familiar with Black Alicious, but they was a dope ass group. And I just rock with Black Alicious. You know what I'm saying? They was from Cali as well, but they had more of like an East Coast sound. But Black Alicious was fire. Craig Mack, resting in peace. Jay-Z, he don't even do music. He got that big catalog, but he doesn't even do music. Snoop Dogg, shout out to Snoop. Shout out to Snoop. Snoop just be all over the place. Like, Snoop is not even a rapper. He's just a cultural icon where he just do all types of shit. Busta Rhymes. I ain't gonna start. I'm gonna be good tonight. Busta Rhymes, though. Strangely, somebody I wish didn't do music. But he figured out how to stay in these times by saying certain shit and latching on to young artists and so-called signing new artists and trying to help new artists. But to me personally, I think it's an energy stealing thing, but respectfully. But Busta Rhymes, somebody I just wish didn't rap no more. Not that he can't, but it's just, He'll have a hit, then he'll have a miss. Blockbuster, trash. So don't say his last album was dope. Blockbuster was garbage. And even that new shit, Unleash Me. They get like 60. Again, this is what I'm saying. When you are of a certain age, you still trying to act like you're 17. You talking about unleash me? You're a grown-ass man with kids. What unleash you? What are you talking about? But whatever. The Beastie Boys. They're never going to make music again, but they're not actually even 90s. They're 80s too. NWA. Ain't going to happen. The Roots. You know, believe it or not, The Roots is one of my favorite groups. Shout out to Malik B. I don't know about the Malik thing. I guess Malik is a pronunciation of Philly. We said Malik B. Even Black Thought said Malik. So all that Malik B. But Malik B was one of my favorite groups. I mean, one of my favorite rappers. I have every Roots album. Every last one of them. From The Roots Come Alive to Philadelphia Half-Life. Every last Roots album I have. Black Thought is one of the dopest rappers ever. Production on The Roots is fire. But The Roots don't do music. Naughty by Nature. One of the biggest groups ever. People don't understand how big Naughty by Nature was as a group. It was the first one of them, one of the first people who had clothing and underwear and shit. You know, Tretch was a sex symbol and all that. Well, not to me, but you know, he was a sex symbol. One of the first guys with the braids. First dudes. Every album they had an anthem. I had Organics. I had every Roots album. Every one. But every album they had an anthem. Naughty by Nature. And low key, I think KG from Naughty by Nature is one of the greatest producers ever. I don't think people give KG his credit. This is the dude who produced Naughty, Queen Latifah, Next, Janae, Coffee Brown, Rotten Rascals, Cruddy Click, did stuff for Biggie. KG is crazy, but he don't get no credit. So I think that Naughty could do something. Only reason why I want to hear what Naughty would do now, I'm very interested in where KG is at with his ear. So that's stingy. That's stingy and it's personal. But I want to hear Public Enemy. They don't do music no more. Public Enemy is You got NWA, you got Public Enemy, you got legacy groups. But Public Enemy, I believe, could still tour based off of their political message, and it transcends because the music, Fight the Power and all that shit, like lives forever because it was so political. Goody Mob. It's very, very slept on because I loved Goody Mob. Like I really, really, when I first heard Get Up, Get Out, and Get Something by Outkast, and there was this dude named CeeLo, and he looked like Bull to me. Just fire. Just fire. Operation Lock, you know, who's that peeking out my window? And the fact that they had these group of producers called Organized Noise, that none of their beats sound the same. Rest in peace to Rico Wade, none of their beats sound the same. But it was just fire, the Goody Mob. And then CeeLo could sing. You know, he could sing. So from singing, you got Gnarls Barkley, which is just crazy. Then you got, I don't know if y'all never heard CeeLo and the Rangers, produced by DJ Premier. Look that up. Goodness gracious. That's one of my favorite songs over. But even everything that CeeLo did singing is fire. KMD. Shout out to Drink Champs. I text Nori some questions for Third Base when they were on there. A lot of people don't know that Third Base was the people who brought out KMD. KMD rap on the Gas Face, but it's a rapper by the name of Zev Love X, who became MF Doom. Their first record I ever heard from them was called Peach Fuzz. I think Grand Puba produced it. But I know for a fact that they were a part of the Ansar Allah community with Dr. York. And KMD, this is back in the 90s where you got a haircut and you got your name in the back. So when I saw this kid that looked just like the Zev Love dude called Sub Rock was cutting their hair and putting these designs in their hair, that was just so 90s. That was so 90s. To have not only the certain parts, but be able to write your name in your head. So it was like Sub Rock come at you with the clippers. He was nice cutting hair. So MF Doom is Zev Love X, who became this mask-wearing, super eclectic producer, rapper. But KMD is just, you know, Peach Fuzz is dope too, I love. Then we gonna go to Notorious B.I.G., we know is deceased. 3 6 Mafia. I think 3 6 Mafia could still come out today. They just seem to get it musically. The sound that we hear from Glorilla and a lot of people, that is 3 6 sound. 3 6 is forever. I'm just keep it real with you. 3 6 Mafia is forever. We got my man Lord Jazz from Lords of the Underground. 90s group. I think 3 6 Mafia could come out today. They just got it musically. Musically, they get it. They understand music. MF Grimm. Shout out to MF Grimm too. Sir Mix-a-Lot. I didn't like Sir Mix-a-Lot because being from Brooklyn, we were into lyrics. Sir Mix-a-Lot couldn't rap, but he made Baby Got Back. That is forever. I like my hoopty. I ain't going front. And then he was from Seattle, Washington, right? So we was like, the fucking Seattle, Washington. The only thing I know about Seattle was the Supersonics and the Mariners. King Griffey Jr., King Griffey Sr., and the Supersonics, Sean Kemp and Gary Payton and Detlef Shrimp and them. So, I love my hoopty, but when he made Baby Got Back, it's still relevant to this day, and that's the 90s. Put Him on the Glass was ill too, because you got to think, we little, my posse on Broadway, so he did, y'all right, he did have a lot, but he couldn't rap. But it still was slapping to me. It still was slapping. Randy Johnson, thank you, bass. How did I forget Randy Johnson? So, Sir Mix-a-Lot, although he can't make music right now, his music transcended. Because you got to remember, this was a time where it said, oh my God, look at her butt. And big butts wasn't in because, unfortunately, we follow the trends of pop culture. You had the Pamela Andersons, you had these white women, and they would get breast implants because if they had big legs or big booty, it was considered to be fat. So they would just get implants. So black women naturally have nice cakes. Majority. If you work on it, it's going to be nice. So him saying Baby Got Back was big. Diddy, we'll just skip. Because even when he was out recently, he couldn't make music. It was over. Helter Skelter. I might be a little biased because Sean Price was my brother. But I want to say this about Helter Skelter. When Helter Skelter broke up, when Rock went solo, Ruck became Sean Price. Then Sean Price became bigger than Helter Skelter. So it wasn't no more Rock and Ruck. It was like, because, respectfully, we thought, well, I did. I ain't going to say with y'all. I thought Rock was better than Ruck. I thought Rock was better than Ruck at a point. Then it became Sean Price and Rock. But they was Rock and Ruck when they was Helter Skelter, but he was Sean Price. Rock, mistakenly, in my opinion, that's my brother though, didn't brand himself as Rock or rebrand himself with another name. So every time we say Rock, we say Rock of Helter Skelter, but then we say Sean Price. Kind of like Eric Sermon, but PMD from EPMD. The same thing, right? PMD is not PMD. He's PMD of EPMD, but Eric Sermon is Eric Sermon of EPMD, Def Squad, producer. So it was a branding thing. It was a branding thing with Rock. And I see Rock is now understanding how he should brand himself and market himself. But Sean Price was Sean Price. He didn't need to do Helter Skelter ever again. And Rock is incredible. Not like he needed to do Helter Skelter, but we really only knew him as Helter Skelter. And Rockness Monster wasn't branded well as a soloist. But Sean Price was. If that makes any sense to y'all. Capone and Noriega, classic music forever. And we now Noriega is a podcaster. Nori, you piss me off. I always tell you, you should do more choruses. I like Nori choruses. I love my Cuban connection, flexing, wildin', sipping Don P by the gallon, Queen Stallion, iced out medallions. You know what I'm saying? You came up, what, making it happen. I just like Nori for his energy and his hooks. Capone was a better lyricist rapper to me, but I didn't love Capone's voice. I like what he was saying, but his voice wasn't strong to me. Nori had charisma. Although he wasn't as strong a lyricist as Capone was, he was like a Greg Nice, a street Greg Nice. Like Nori could get the party jumping with his little thing, you know. But Nori had foresight of how to be relevant later on. So that's why Nori is where he's at. The Lost Boys. The Lost Boys is a tricky group because the Lost Boys only really consist of Mr. Cheeks. There never really was a Lost Boys. You had Pretty Lou, Spig Nice, rest in peace to Freaky Ty. But it was just really Mr. Cheeks. But the Lost Boys, that they had a look as far as them being uniform with the hair, uniform with the dress, and they had some hits. But if they did a Lost Boys album now, it would be a little different because you're gonna miss it would be a little Freaky Ty would be missed because he added something to that cannot be replaced. Wu-Tang Clan. Some say the greatest group of all time. If you say they are, I'm not even I can't argue with you. I can't say I can't argue with you. My favorite group of all time would be EPMD, then De La Soul. Then we could throw in other groups. But if you say Wu-Tang, I understand. Wu-Tang Clan transcends all times because they are worldwide. But there's no ODB. And if it's a Wu-Tang Clan show and it's RZA, U-God, Master Killer, and Deck, and Ray wasn't there, Ghost wasn't there, and especially Meth wasn't there, the audience might feel cheated. Now, me being a supporter of Wu-Tang, any of them come through, I'm going to be hyped. But now you have RZA in Colorado and different places doing whole Wu-Tang shows by himself with an orchestra. It's not Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang is a collective. You, RZA, not three dudes can represent Wu-Tang. Got to be all of them. Got to be all of them. Because Ray and Ghost is Ray and Ghost. But they can't say Wu-Tang is here because that's not them 10 members. Dirty is gone. And a lot of times they be forgetting Cap, but Cap added them, you know, that little sprinkle into that pot of gumbo of dopeness. But a lot of them are Deck is one of my favorite, you know, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Deck is my favorite rapper in Wu-Tang, lyrically. Favorite body of work would be Ghostface. But all of them have classic verses on different songs. All of them have a shining moment. So that's why we would need that collective. We would need that collective. But they get it. But I don't know, again, them guys are older than me. They understood what they were doing, so their audience transcends age. The they audience transcends age because they had a residency. They got classic songs. They got classic albums. They also have classic moments, and they had a damn TV show. So when you see Wu-Tang, you know that yellow logo was probably one of the most famous logos worldwide. Now, I think one of the issues they faced was when you have Wu-Tang, you have Wu-Tang affiliated groups. So that's when the Killer Armies, the Sons of Man, the Wu Gambinos, one of my favorite, not Wu Gambinos, Wu Syndicate. Wu Syndicate is fire. That's like one of my favorite groups ever. Wu Syndicate? Shout out to Virginia. Wu Syndicate, fire. But then you had Sons of Man, you had Killer Army, and then I still tune in. I like when Prodigal was doing some dope solo shit. I think he's in Los Angeles. He was doing some dope solo shit. I really liked what Prodigal was doing. But Wu Syndicate was fire. Then you got my homie, damn, how did I forget your name, bro? I'm sitting there looking at I'm picturing your face, but I can't say your name, man. I ought to kick myself in the ass. He was affiliate too. Damn, that's my brother too. Lot of Dark Man. There we go, man. Lot of Dark Man. It's my brother. You know what I'm saying? It's my brother. Lot of Dark Man. I'm picturing, because I was interviewing a lot of Dark Man early on. A lot of Dark Man is definitely a part of the Atlanta movement. People don't know that because he was running with Gangsta Grills. What the hell is his name again? The DJ? Damn, I'm forgetting everything right now. What the hell is the Gangsta Grills DJ name? I forgot the Gangsta Grills. Willie the Kid. Shout out to Willie the Kid. That's the bro too. I'm about to say his name. DJ Drama. Whew. DJ Drama. Lot of Dark Man was running with DJ Drama. A lot of people didn't know that. Especially when they were beefing with Jeezy people. Willie the Kid is fire too. Shout out to Willie the Kid too. That's my bro. I interviewed a lot of them, but DJ Drama. But it was just too many people claiming Wu-Tang. But in my opinion, they couldn't represent that yellow logo the way these 10 members did. So it was good shit, but it was just too affiliated with this. Although I like the Wu elements, because I will go on the record, I think True Master was incredible. But who was incredible as well, who gets no credit as a producer, Fourth Disciple was crazy. Yo, I don't want to say Fourth Disciple was. Fourth Disciple is crazy. Fourth Disciple? I remember beats that I heard, and I used to be like, who did that beat? And they'd be like, Fourth. And I'm like, who the hell is Fourth? And they was like, Fourth Disciple. I was like, yo, whoever that is, dude is fire, because those beats were so unorthodox, so imperfect. They were so imperfect that they were perfect. So when I listen to stuff like Love vs. Hate by the Sons of Man, And he uses love and happiness. And I'm like, I never thought to do that. But then you got Death Be the Penalty. You got all these beats that he did that I'm like, one of the dopest beats that Fourth Disciple did was a song called Hush Hush Tip by Entice with Method Man on the hook. I won't tell, you won't tell. Nowadays, you got to keep it on a hush hush tip. I won't tell if you won't tell. It's called Hush Hush Tip by Entice. The letter N, Tyce. She was a part of the female group Deadly Venoms. She also had, her first song was called Black to the Point. But she made this produced record by this unknown dude named Fourth Disciple called Hush Hush Tip with Method Man doing the hook. Fire. Look up Entice Hush Hush Tip. It's so old that you're not going to get a good version, but it was fire. Fire. You had Solomon Childs. You had Trife Diesel, my brother. You had so many people, but it became too watered down. Whereas we wanted so much from these 9 members that we was getting a lot of other things. And we just like, yo, this beat should be here. And I think out of all the Splinter groups, my favorite MC out of everybody was Prodigal. Well, Wu, like I said, Wu Syndicate is my favorite Splinter group. But my favorite MC was Prodigal and Killer Sin and Hellraiser. Shabazz is in the, he left already. But I'm just talking about Killer Sin. One day I did a deep dive on YouTube and I did listen to like all his solo records or his verses. I was like, hold on. This nigga was kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? He had a modern Raekwon style. It was the same style as Raekwon. Timbo, like I said, they didn't have no slouches. You had Timbo. Shaheem is my brother. Sometimes I forget Shaheem because he's my brother, but Shaheem made a mark in the culture because he was like one of the first and it's, when you talking hip hop, sometimes it gets a little crazy. Super Chat is available for everybody if you want to add on. Cash App is also pinned. But Wu-Tang, we could go on and on for days. It's just too many people to talk about. One day we'll have to do a deep dive on that. Outkast. I'm interested in what Outkast would do right now because I want to hear Andre 3000 rap. He's given 1,000,001 reasons why he don't rap. I'm not really buying it. Oh yeah, rest in peace to Poetic too. The Gravediggers was dope, but then there was some later on Gravediggers songs that I ain't really like. I'm interested in hearing what Outkast would do. But now that Rico Wade is not here, I would like to see them venture out and get certain producers that could capture that, which is hard as hell. Organized Noise is in a class by itself. Big Pun. One thing I don't like about Big Pun that gets put on him is Big Pun gets the Puerto Rican thing put on him. He is Puerto Rican. But he's not nice for a Puerto Rican. I don't care what he was. He's nicer than some black rappers. He's nicer than many white rappers. He's nicer than every Puerto Rican rapper. But what we're not going to do is say he's nice for a Puerto Rican. I think that's not fair. He's nice. He's nicer than some black rappers. So we not gonna say, oh, he nice for a Puerto Rican. That's corny. Like, nah. He's Puerto Rican and salute to him and salute to them. But he nicer than black rappers. So we can't say, oh, he's nice for a Puerto Rican. No, he's nice because he nice. He nicer than a lot of black rappers. Some of them he still lives a little bit. I think part of his legacy was a lot of smearing, a lot of slander, a lot of bad depictions of him. And the thing that I don't like about depiction of Pun is that I don't think he's celebrated because he didn't die heinously. I feel like when people die heinously, they get celebrated. When people die of health-related causes, nobody really cares. So, you'll have Eazy-E, who's like the godfather of the West Coast gangster rap that nobody really talks about. Pun, Guru, Heavy D. You notice when they die of health-related issues, nobody talks about them. But if they pass away heinously, street-wise, and they were assassinated, people, you'll have people, and I love Big L. I had Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous. I heard Big L for the first time on a tour bus in 1992. So this ain't no slight on Big L, but after Big L passed away the way he did, I started seeing people say, he was the biggest, and then I'm like, nah, he was dope. But y'all kind of gassing a little bit. He was dope as hell, but saying what he was gonna be, you can't say what he was gonna be if he wasn't that when he was alive. It's just that posthumous, a lot of people, again, you nobody to somebody kill you. Biggie said it. But Guru's not recognized. Heavy D, Eazy-E, Fred the Godson, exactly. We start saying how great somebody was when they got killed. Yeah, I don't like that. When the greats, again, Guru, Heavy D, Eazy-E, Fred the Godson, Saphir, Doom, a lot of them passed away from health-related. Nate Dogg. Well, Nate Dogg is Nate Dogg. We can't front on Nate Dogg, Walter White. But I'm just saying, you started saying, I love Nipsey Hussle, but people were saying, he was the second coming of Haile Selassie and all that. Look, he looked just like, it's just like the psychosis sometimes. You're poetic. Yeah, poetic. People just start talking. Biz, Gangsta Boo, Prodigy. Like, let me tell y'all something, man. I said it before, I say it again. At one point, Prodigy was the top rapper in New York over everybody. When that Infamous album came out, niggas was like, oh shit, who is this kid? Prodigy was the top rapper. Granddaddy IU, the list goes on. DMX, Black Rob, yes. Prodigy was number one in New York City at one point. Everybody was scared of Prodigy. Even Jay-Z said it. Yo, Prodigy was coming. You heard what Prodigy was kicking? So if you had somebody like Jay-Z saying, yo, Prodigy was out of control, Craig Mack. Thank you, Chilltown Majors. What's up? How are you doing anyway? You know what I'm saying? So, Prodigy? Goodness gracious. Even in his I got plans, power movements, get on some rude shit. I keep living like this, I might lose it. His little bars in front of Give Up the Goods was crazy. You understand what I'm saying? But I think Pun don't get that recognition because he's kind of overshadowed by Fat Joe when, shout out to Fat Joe, he did what he had to do to have his career where it's at. Even though his last couple of projects been doodle, we not gonna front like Fat Joe never put out no dope shit. I would be lying and capping. But we wanted Pun, or we wish for Pun to be where Fat Joe is at. Yeah. We saw Pun being that. The Fugees, I don't care if they never make another record ever. The Wyclef, Rasta Imposter, Bob Marley shit just used to irk the shit out of me. I can't be no more transparent and honest right now. That Rasta Imposter shit, them dreads hanging on with that receded hairline, that shit used to fucking drive me crazy, man. Lauryn Hill, dope ass artist, for that solo album, but very, very extremely overrated. Because she didn't have the body of work to put against the work. Like, so if you drew the most perfect painting, we can't say you one of the greatest painters. We only going off for one thing. It means I've been on here too long and like, get off. You know, you're talking too much. We're tired of you. How dare you talk about rap and hip hop when we got all of this? Is it even working yet? Oh yeah. They're like, how dare you talk about rap and hip hop when we got all of this who snitched and who told concepts and talks going on. How dare you talk about rap and the culture? We're not promoting this. But yeah, Wyclef just got annoying. I thought he was, shout out to Jerry Wonder. And I just thought like Wyclef was ODing on a production thing. It was alright, but some stuff just wasn't dope, and it was just like overrated, and just the Rasta Imposter shit just started getting to me after a while. And this nigga Haitian, man, this nigga can't even do that shit. Just the singing, I was like, who the fuck authorized this shit? So it just was just OD. Praz, shout out to Praz. Praz had Ghetto Superstar, but he never established himself as, I got a Praz interview I never put out. What the hell is wrong with me? Wow. Yeah, I do got a Praz interview somewhere. Where are you? Shit. The interview is dope too. So we can move on. Method Man is still Method Man for different reasons. He became a sex symbol within Wu-Tang. He transcended into acting. And I believe Method Man at his age is the best rapper. There's nobody better than Method Man at his age. Method Man sound doper and doper. I don't know why he do he really does it for the love, because it seem like he'll do a feature with anybody. Like some of the features he do, I'm like, featuring Method Man? What the hell Method Man doing on this? But he just got better. Style, flow, just got better. I don't know what the hell he doing. I don't know if he found a fountain of youth, but he just got better. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the songs he do and some of the features he do, it's a little questionable, but he just got better. I don't know what's going on, but he got better. Mobb Deep, we covered. The Far Side, you know, the Far Side, they're deep because everybody know Passing Me By, which is, I was listening to it the other day. And the song Passing Me By is slept on for many different reasons because of the production. I'm not going to sample snitch. If you know, you know. Oh yeah, stop sample snitching too, man. If I play a beat or something like that, you say where the sample come from or who used that, whatever, I'm blocking you. For real. All this sample snitching and all that. If you're a real producer, you know we don't sample snitch unless it's public record. Thinking you smart, oh, such and such used that, okay, you just got blocked. Don't come on my channel sample snitching. Because if you're a real true blue producer, you know we don't sample snitch unless it's public record. Y'all quick to say, oh, such and such used that on. So what? You think I don't know that? Y'all be sample snitching. Just, it don't make no sense. Oh, ain't that such and such? No, it's my beat.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
I've never bit nobody beat in my life. I never heard a sample somebody else did and say, oh, I'm gonna do that too. And if I do it blatantly. I say, yo, I wanna flip that too. But y'all be quick. Oh, such and such use that. So what, nigga? Sample snitching, I don't like that. If you really a producer, there is no sample snitching. You know that. But I guess y'all don't know that because y'all make drag and drop beats. But anyway, The Far Side. What made them interesting is because they got a song called Drop. Where they're going in reverse in the shit. But it was produced by a dude named JD. I knew who JD was because I was a part of a production think tank. It was myself, Nick Wiz, Rock Wilder, a kid named JD, and a guy named High Tech. Another long story I'll tell, but it used to take place at Loud Records. JD became J Dilla, but I knew who JD was already. This shit is going in reverse, and I'm like, yo, this shit is fire. But it sounded like Tribe Called Quest to me. So I'm like, did Q-Tip do this? Then come to find out, JD was a part of the Umar. He was a producer. But the first beat I heard from Rockwell, I should have put this conversation. You know, it's funny. The conversations I have with people in the culture that's not filmed are so crazy. But me and Rockwell had a dope conversation. And if you go to the Interlude TV, you see an interview I did with him. But The Far Side is fire. Digital Underground, of course. Money B was a slept-on rapper. Rest in peace to Shock G. Rest in peace to Humpty, Shock G, and Tupac. Money B was dope. Sex Packets was a dope album. Diggable Planets, respectfully, I never liked that group. I'm sorry. I'm not saying they corny. I just never liked Diggable Planets. I didn't mind the collaboration between one of the Diggable Planet dudes and Camp Low, but I just never liked I never liked Diggable Planets. They wasn't corny. It just wasn't my beat. I didn't like that shit. I did not like that shit. I liked the way they flipped and impeached the president. You know, everybody know the drum break, but I didn't like it. I could be by myself, but I didn't like them. Straight up. I didn't like none of that shit. Yeah, I did. But I didn't like that shit. Shout out to them, but I ain't fuck with it. Brand Nubian, go without saying. ODB, rest in peace. House of Pain were very, very relevant at a particular time because Jump Around was just one of the biggest records ever. House of Pain was very, very special because this is during the Cypress Hill days. So I didn't know Everlast was from Rhyme Syndicate. Rhyme Syndicate had Africa Islam, Ice-T, King T, and a white dude named Everlast. And the first song I heard from this guy named Everlast, he had like a little comb over And he was like, "Stop, children, what's that sound?" And his name was Everlast. So then, I don't know what happened with Rhyme Syndicate, but I just say, pack it up, pack it in, let me begin. It's like Everlast. I'm like, hold on. That's the Stop Children dude? Completely different dude. Tattoos, look like he drink Meister Brow all day and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I rock with, especially the Jump Around remix by Pete Rock. I don't even know what to say about that. Fire. So House of Pain was fire. 50 Cent did classic stuff, but 50 Cent nowadays is very, very corny. Just can't rhyme. He had a song called "If You Think You Lonely Now" on and he just says stuff sometimes that's just really outdated. Like he was like, it's a dope flip sample. I ain't saying, but it's called "If You Think You Lonely Now." You figure it out. And one of the West Coast brothers, I don't know if it was Fred Wreck or one of the damn, I can't think. But 50 Cent could never rap to me. He knew how to make great records. But he never was like, rewind what he said. But 50 Cent is a 90s rapper. Power of a Dollar was his first shit. It was in the 90s. Power of the Dollar is in the 90s. It's not in the 2000s. And 50 Cent is a 90s rapper. Yes, he is. Look it up. Power of a Dollar is his first shit. Even when he rapped on React with Onyx, that's in the 90s. And Power of a Dollar, truthfully, he was rapping like Mace. Listen to it. But whatever. Das Effects, fire. One of my favorite groups. Production, crazy. Shout out to Solid Scheme. Rest in peace to one of them. Just the production alone is crazy. Black Star. I like Mos Def. I don't think I like Yasin Bey. I like Mos Def. Talib Kweli as a rapper was dope, was very, very lyrical. But he was a little monotonous for me, but I can't act like he didn't make classic songs. So Talib Kweli, although you might not like his personality based off of social media, I fuck with Mos Def. I don't like Yasin Bey. That's all I'm gonna say. Poor Righteous Teacher. Rest in peace to one of them passed away. Wise Intelligent. Damn. Rock This Funky Joint. Just this shit was just so dope to me because I was like, yo, why is this nigga rapping like this? But it was just like, damn. Damn, Rock This Funky Joint. Doom, 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 doom. And then I was mad when Monifa did that over with AZ, but it was AZ rapping on it when AZ was AZ. Freestyle Fellowship. Produced by the great Daddy O, who also did top billing for the Audio 2, also of Sonic. But he said, I gotta be me, I gotta be righteous, I got what we have, and knowledge of several people we can't be. When I first heard them rapping like that, Boundaries, that was the name of the song, Freestyle Fellowship, Boundaries. When I heard them rap, I was like, fuck is this nigga? They was dope. There's some people not on the list. Cellar Dwellers is not on there. Lords of the Underground is not on there. You could write in the comments who's not on there. But K-Def, Let Real Live. There's a lot of people that's not on this list. But I do want to say this. I do want to say this to y'all. Again, a lot of artists didn't understand how the culture was going to go later on. They didn't understand that their group wasn't going to grow with them. A lot of them, from abusing their bodies to drinking, smoking, doing all the stuff they was doing in the 90s, it caught up to them. Many of them are not in great shape physically, not in great shape mentally. And when you last saw somebody and they was 140 pounds and they were 22, the next time you see them, they shouldn't be 50, 240. It doesn't, who you remembered and who you loved don't exist sometimes no more. So they should, at least if you want to be active and rap still, you have to stay within aging and youthful. Now we have Main Source, we have Large Professor, which I didn't mention. We got OC. We have Smooth the Hustler, Trigger, Christ. It's so many people that I didn't mention in this. But I understand how a lot of them don't really know how to transcend and be in 2025 and understand what's going on. See, one thing that I never wanted to do was be angry. So as the culture evolved and I went from music to broadcast, it was a calculated thing for me. It was calculated for me. I knew what I was doing. I knew the foresight was the internet and computers. I knew that. So that's why when I was spearheading a lot of this shit, thank you, Mastermind 96. As I was spearheading a lot of the digital way it was going to go, I knew that this would birth academics. I knew it would birth the Kai Sanats. I knew it would birth these guys. Because I knew it was a point where I love the culture so much that it kind of stifles me, because it's not popular to love hip hop culture and monetize it, because the music is not monetized. The BS is monetized. So I knew that was going to happen. I knew that any Caucasian that came in the culture was going to blow up because, you know, good or bad, they just get the most support because their people like to see them winning in other spaces. We don't like to see each other win in certain spaces. So we'll just say, oh, I don't fuck with him. Why? Because he said Redman album was corny. So I'm just rolled off. Fuck the 6,000 interviews I did. Fuck all the shit that I did that you fuck with. I said one thing you didn't like, and then I'm just rolled off. And I always got receipts for stuff, but I don't feel like doing it. But I'm a student of the culture. I'm a student of The Source, Double XL, Ralph McDaniels, Pete Rock, Marley Marl, Easy Mo B, hands-on teacher, track masters. I was there for a lot of shit. Seeing big early raps. It's just being there in the moment. And I knew where the culture was going because I'm very, very digital. People call me an electronic hoarder. But I understand that, okay, this camera does this. But what happens when they build a camera like this? So you'll have people who say, I'm still on the iPhone 12. I don't see the reason for upgrading. That's for you. I see the reason to upgrade because I'm like, oh, it got 3 cameras. They changed the chip. They did. That's what I do because I understand the future. And people say, hey, man, it's just a waste of money and all that. Nope. If you want to be in the now, you have to move with the times. And many of these artists didn't. Many of them don't know how to embrace the internet. Many of them don't know how to roll out albums. Many of them don't even know how to. When I look at their metadata, when their albums in Apple, it's horrible. I'm like, who put their metadata together? But what they won't do, they won't hire people like me or people who know how to do it because they'll listen to people respectfully like an academic. See, they chase platforms. They don't chase professionals. I'll say that again for you. They chase platforms. They look at numbers and say, oh, he got the numbers. But his numbers does not fit what you're trying to do. He doesn't know or she doesn't know how to put you in front of your audience. So when you got Method Man and Redman performing at Summer Jam, that's not their audience. If they there to see Chef G or they're there to see Coi Leray, you think when Method Man and Redman come out, they going to be dancing the same? You think 22-year-old, they wasn't even born in the 90s. Some of us know how to put you in front of your people. Some of us know how to put you in front of the people who are going to consume your product. But they'll look at numbers. They'll look at numbers. The labels are paying people for promotion, but that audience is not going to buy from said artist because that person who's promoting it, they're not trusted musically. Some of us are trusted musically based off our knowledge, based off the people that we talk to. We're trusted. So if I say, yo, I like El Camino's album. Y'all say, El Camino, who the hell is that? See, because remember, respectfully, and it's not about tooting my horn, you saw certain people here with me first. When people were saying, who is that? I don't even know who that is. You interview a lot of nobodies. Okay. You said that about Benny. You said that about Dave East. You said that about Fetty Wap. You said that about a lot of people that I interviewed, that they're nobodies. But then when they become somebody, nobody say, yo, bro, you was on to something. When I had 38 Special and Shay Noir, nobody never say, yo, you made the right call. Nobody will say that. They'll just see them with Elliot Wilson or somebody or Joe Button to mention them or one of these other platforms to mention them, and then they be like, yo, get it. But I saw that years ago. I saw that years ago. So I don't bring people before you who I don't think are going to be dope. But I knew 38. I just knew he was special, you know. My brother Planet Asia, like it's people who I talk to. That's my people. You know what I'm saying? Like we just talk for nothing. Ito, Lil Ito, incredible. Yeah, let me tell you something. If you don't know who ETO is, doing yourself a disservice. If you love this culture and you love music and you love just good boom bap and just ETO, just look it up. Lil Ito. Fire. Stolen style by many too. So if you hear him, don't say, oh, he sound like such. No, they sound like him. Shout out to Rochester. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rochester. But a lot of the artists didn't grow. They didn't handle their business. They didn't transcend. And they didn't know how to move with the times because Many things that are done is looked at as selling out, or I don't do this, I don't do that, I don't do that. Well, guess what? If you still want to use a phone like this, and we're saying, yo, call such and such to a phone and it's dialing and we never touch the phone, that's on you. Because phones don't do this no more. So if you from the 90s and you stuck, and another thing I want to say before I go. Some of the old, I'm responsible, I ain't gonna front. The responsibility that I put out there with telling your story became a play. So you'll have people who say, I don't want to sell my soul. I didn't want to sell my soul. Respectfully. Nobody wanted your soul. Stop. Stop using that as an excuse for why you didn't make it if you don't got no receipts. Nobody wanted your soul. Nobody wanted to fuck you. Nobody wanted to take you in the back room and to stop that. You could stop. You might have had a single deal. You might have had a production deal, which is not your deal. Your production deal is the producer's deal or said person deal. And then under this production deal, they put out who they want. So it's been times where you had people like Hell Rell, you had J.R. Ryder, where they was with Cam and Cam had the deal and Cam put out them under his shit, but he had a production deal. They were never signed directly to some labels. But stop with the, oh yeah, I refuse to sell my soul. Nobody wanted your soul, nigga. Who clip this? Nobody wanted your soul, nigga. You just didn't understand the culture. You didn't do enough homework. You didn't put the right people around you. And you just thought you knew better. And some of y'all self-sabotage too. So stop with the, I didn't want to sell my soul. Look what you do for free. So you didn't do this, or you wouldn't do certain things for money. But look what you do for free. That's not a good excuse. If you are an intelligent person and you claim to be intelligent and you ooze intelligent, whether you, depending on the doctrine you follow, if you think you a product of the Most High or you God or, you know, you the perfect Muslim or whatever you, from your doctrine, from how you live your life and how you carry yourself, you should have the knowledge to persevere through anything. Because if you let an industry be higher than your belief system, then you really don't believe in what you believe in. Because if you are God or you believe in God and you got a relationship with God, God and fear can't live in the same space. Because with God, how could you be scared of anything? So, fuck out of here. Just admit some of y'all became custies. Y'all don't know nothing about fashion, so you can't dress. You might been in a bad relationship. You might have turned full-blown mook. It might be different shit that happened to you. Shout out to Power Rule, too. Those my brothers right there. Shout out to Power Rule. Wherever Power Rule is at, please somebody get me in contact with Power Rule. That's my brothers. But I'm just saying, if you believe in what you believe in, see, this is why I always feel unstoppable. I'm like, yo, who the fuck could stop me? I'm a man? So you mean to tell me I could pinpoint that dude over there, him is responsible for stopping me from feeding my family? Him? And instead of busting his chops, I'm complaining? See, the unseen hand is different. The chatters, the whispers, And a lot of the whisperers get back to me. You know, I hear a lot of stuff. A lot of dudes be hating. I get it. Well, I don't care. They can't stop me either. But you mean to tell me you could pinpoint when your mission was stopped by said person and you a gangster rapper and you a murder death killer and you do all this shit and that dude stopped you? He stuck you up with no gun? You ass. You pussy. The Boogie Monsters, yeah, shout out to Vex. That was my bro. So a lot of people with the, yo, this, and you ain't punch him in his face? But I can sit on YouTube and say an album I don't like and you in my DM cursing me out. But the person who blocked your blessings, stop you from feeding your family, stop your future, ain't get one scratch. You didn't even blow in them. You didn't even blow your stink ass breath in their face. But you in my DM telling me what you want to do to me. All because of an opinion. But the person who stole everything from you, stole your publishing, stole your legacy, robbed you of feeding your family, you didn't do nothing to them. I ain't the problem you want. I ain't want a problem with you. I'm just a person who could talk about the culture. But I'm not the problem you want. Because when you come over here and you say certain things to me, you gonna get fucked up. This is the fact. It's not even a thought. You going to get your ass whipped. Fucking with me. But I want to fight you for. Over a hip-hop opinion? My opinion. You know, because people like to say, oh, your little channel, this little shit be making noise. It be shaking the industry up. Everybody be worried about what I said. And shout out to you sneak dudes, too, who gonna make calls later and DMs about the shit I say. Shout out to y'all, too. I be knowing. I be knowing. It's cool. It's cool. I respect my elders. I respect those who came before me. I respect those who paved the way, but I paved the way too. And now I'm an elder. I can speak how I want to speak. Because when it comes to the internet, YouTube, interviews, podcasting, broadcasting, live streaming, I'm the elder. So I don't have to listen to none of these dudes. I don't fall under them. None of them show me how to edit, how to film, how to set this microphone up, how to put this roadcaster together. None of them taught me anything. So they're not my elders. I don't care how dope you think they are, what they did for the culture, if they were talking about chickadee charcoal. I don't care what you think about them. That ain't got nothing to do with me and my field. Seriously. This my shit. They want to do what I'm doing. So you can look at all these other guys, they this, they that. No, I predate all of them. So Yakadiki, I say Redman album is whack. Snoop Dogg in them album is whack. Roscoe's new freestyle is whack. Who could do what? Nobody. You could be mad. You could be in DMs. You could make phone calls. You could make texts. You could be on TikTok. You could do all that. It don't matter. They don't predate me in this. None of them. You'll never see me talk bad about Ralph McDaniels. You'll never see me talk bad about Elliott Wilson. I respect those in my field that came before me, but none of them niggas came before me. They are just rappers. And when your shit is whack, I'm telling you, ain't no fire emojis from me. If you looking flabby and sick, I'm telling you. Straight up. If you don't look presentable, if you look too drunk, if your bottom lip is too pink because you drink too much liquor, I'm saying it. I don't care what nobody think. Niggas can't whip my ass. You might be scared or you want a feature or whatever. That shit don't bother. I don't care. I say what I want. This the house I built. Fuck, I don't fall under nobody. I don't got nobody standing over me. Nobody could tell me, oh, you shouldn't say that. Why not? So when it's dope, I say it. But to me, don't ask me. You're going to get pure, unadulterated honesty. It transcends east, west, north, south. If it's corny, I'm saying it's corny. If a nigga look wild, if the nigga would look like a goddamn bum in the video, that nigga look like a bum. That nigga lips is fucking black. The nigga look crazy. Nigga had white shit in the corner of his mouth. I'm not gonna be like, fire. Y'all be lying to these people. And that's why they won't get better or grow, because you won't tell the truth. Yo, bro, I love you. I think you one of the dopest rappers ever. But Redman, respectfully, I believe that Eric Sermon crafted your sound. If you do a whole album with Eric Sermon doing one beat, it's not going to be dope. You tell the truth. It's okay. Shout out to Rockwilder. I love Rockwilder. But Eric Sermon crafted your sound. Dre and Snoop. Nobody fucking want to hear no Anderson .Paak leftover beats. We want that G-Funk. Serious. We want that G-Funk. Straight up. If it ain't that G-Funk, listen. You do that Anderson .Paak shit on your time. Straight up. Roscos, respectfully. I don't know if it's the toothpick. I don't know what it is. Shit wasn't hitting on shit. And Joey Badass shit was whack. And your shit wasn't better than that whack shit. But everybody putting fire emojis. Stop. Cut it out. Y'all be scared. Y'all be scared of these people. Y'all be like, oh, you shouldn't say that. You can't say that. One, you scared. Two, you pussy. And three, you're dependent upon people, so you have no freedom of speech. Straight up. So you sitting there praising, you should, I be so disgusted when I see these people in the comments. I'm like, why y'all lying? That shit corny. Tell the truth. When something is dope. Straight up. Listen, 38 Special album was fire. It's so many albums that's fire, and I be mentioning them, but nobody will listen to what I mentioned as dope because they will automatically gravitate to what I said was whack. Because niggas want to argue. I never seen a day in time. And Diamond D album is dope too. I never seen a time where niggas love to argue this much. And I'm going to be real with you. I grew up in a crib where it was all dudes. When we argued, we fist fought after a while. I was the youngest, so I always got my ass whooped, but I still talked my shit. And my cousin Tad was very violent. I think Mushy, my cousin Mushy, rest in peace, might have been a little bit more unhinged than him. But I was the youngest. We didn't argue too much. We didn't debate too much. Niggas was swinging. There's too many of us, too many men, young boys in the crib to be arguing. Niggas was fighting. So I don't like arguing too much. So coming in my DM and wanting to have discussions, I don't really know how to do all that shit. Because I be like, yo, so when do we fucking fight? Because you don't agree with me. I don't agree with you. You all adamant and shit and animated. Can't fight on the computer. So leave me the fuck alone. I was laughing with Tad the other day. His favorite shit was, Grandma, you better come get him. My brother was the oldest, so he bullied all of us, bullshitted us. But I'm just saying. I built my platform to where I could say and do what I want under the guidelines of terms of service. Other than that, none of y'all niggas is safe. Seriously. Nobody. I'ma say what the fuck I want. And the people I say it about don't even be mad. It be these little groupie ass niggas. Little girl niggas. Girly mouth dudes. But there's a lot of good music out there. It's a lot of dope music. Sometimes you gotta seek and find. But don't listen to some of these people because they just be thinking they gotta support. But then silently, they call me and be like, nah, you was right. That shit was whack. Sir, I'm being real with y'all. I would never put nobody on blast. But people be like, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you. Shout out to DeFarad too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DeFarad. Yo, West Coast, Power Rule, man. Those my bros, man. I gotta find Power Rule now. Y'all got me on a mission. Cooley Live, Power Rule. Those are the first people I toured with when I was young, very young. But yeah, let me roll. I'll be back tomorrow. I gotta figure out what's going on, why they keep freezing me, what's happening. Yeah, Diamond D got a 3-album series called The Dime Piece. I think he's up to part 3. Where is The Bums? The Bums was fire. Look up The Bums. Badass Brothers Under Madness. Badass Brothers Under Madness. The Bums, the production. Whew. Shout out to The Bums. They production is crazy. Take a look around. I gotta free my mind. Yeah, look up The Bums. But it's B, period, U, period, M, period, S. The Bums. West Coast dudes, fire. Yeah, The Bums is fire. But again, like I said, I'm a hip-hop baby. I listen to everything. Shout out to my man, Mac Mole, too. That's my dude. Shout out to Mac Mole. Yuck Mouth, that's my bro. Shout out to Mac Mole, too. Mac Mole don't really get a lot of credit. Mac Mole was dope. Mitchie Slick, that's my bro. Crondon. You know my favorite West Coast producer is DJ Khalil and Battle Cat. Then I put Dre. But DJ Khalil is just my favorite. I love Battle Cat. Yeah, shout out to The Bums. Shout out to the Bushwhackers too. Caught Up in the Game. That was produced by Buck Wild. A little bad boy youth. Yeah, shout out to the Bushwhackers. Yeah. All City was dope. All City was okay. It never really was. They was okay. They was all right. They wasn't really all that to me. All right, man. Let me get up out of here. So we just had some music talk tonight, just some hip hop. It's rare. You're not going to go on too many platforms where, you know, I just got to say this before I go too. I got to say this. I got to say this. This is important. When you ask these rappers who was their favorite, Self-Scientific is one of my favorite groups too. Shout out to Chase Infinite. Listen, you ask these rappers who were their biggest inspirations. Why they keep saying Biggie, Tupac, and Nas and Jay-Z, and they rap like Soulja Boy? Where the fuck is the influence of Biggie, Tupac, Jay-Z, and Nas, and you rap like Soulja Boy or Chief Keef? Cut it out. Stop saying the cliche shit. Who's your biggest influence? No, I grew up on the Nas, the Biggies, the Tupacs. Why you don't rap like none of them? You rap like goddamn Soulja Boy or Chief Keef, and you talking about your biggest influence was Tupac, Biggie, Nas, and Jay-Z. Somebody told you to say that? It's okay. Like, why you don't, where's the influence? You ain't got the poetic style of a Nas or a Tupac or the lyrical prowess of Biggie, Jay-Z. All of them got lyrical, but they be like, and another thing before I go too, y'all little niggas ain't lived long enough to be crying the way y'all doing these songs. Just say you want to get high. Stop having that. Look, I love my friend. Hold on, where's the voice? Hold on, I gotta find the voice now.
1, 2.
No.
1, 2.
Do I even got it?
Do I even got it?
No, I don't got it. I gotta get that voice. All of them is, I lost my friends, that's why I've been doing all these pills. Nigga, you 15. You a junkie. Stop. You ever listen to this shit? These niggas be crying. Life been so tough. You're 15. 15. I do these pills and that's why I have so much lean. Like, yo, I was in a barbershop. Shout out to the homie that I was in the barbershop. He looked at me and said, yo, anybody ever tell you look just like Doggie Diamonds? The funniest shit, the whole barbershop started laughing. I was like, yeah, I hear that all the time. But these niggas be little custies. And talking about, life's so hard, my daddy left. And you're 15. You still got a chance. But if you a custy, it's over. I'm just telling you. You never listen to some of these dudes? How you gonna be an emotional custy killer? That shit don't mix. You emotional, you offended by everything, then you a custy and an alcoholic. And then you'll kill niggas. Having 15 babies, you 15 years old, 15 women, 15 babies, and every time we see you, you around a bunch of men and you ain't never got no shirt on. This ain't shirts and skins. This ain't no, early Biggie never sounded like King T. Please stop that. Biggie never sounded like no goddamn King T. Do not say that. If anything, early Biggie sounded like Chubb Rock. He never sounded like no King T. Fuck out of here with that. I see y'all say that a lot. That's cap. If anything, sounded like Chubb Rock. Give me the song where he sounded like King T. And then give me 10 King T records after that. Did he sound like King T on At Your Own Risk? Did he sound like King T on Play Like a Piano? You see how y'all regurgitate something that was stupid and just keep it going? Biggie sounded like King T. When? When he came out, I was a terror since the public school era. How does that sound like King T? Party and bullshit sound like King T? Smoking blunts was a daily routine. There's 13, a chubby nigga on the scene. That's how King T sound? You said something stupid earlier. I just let you slide, but it's getting stupider as it goes on. Bullshit and party. That ain't even the name of the song. Can we all just get along so I can put hick? That sound like King T? First of all, give me 10 King T records since we're at it. And King T was dope. At Your Own Risk, the Marley Marl remix. Listen to Act the Fool. Fuck out of here. You listen to it. Talk about the nigga that I know sound like a nigga you don't know. Or you don't know both of them. Anyway. Early Biggie. Yeah, you're getting stupider. And shout out to King T. King T is fire. Play Like a Piano. Fire to me. Just when I knew Ice Cube could rap. I love At Your Own Risk. That's Marley Marl remix. I was just watching that the other day. Not only that, that's the same Talk Like Sex. But he don't sound like no fucking King T. Hate when niggas be saying that shit. And when King T started rapping later on, if anything, he started trying to sound like Biggie. If we gonna be technical, King T didn't rap like that. Later on, them songs he was putting out, that's not how he originally rapped. And I am a hip-hop connoisseur. I know all sides. Don't say I'm, because I hate when niggas be like, ass Tash. Who the fuck is he? Like my grandmother said, his mouth ain't no prayer book. He was a fucking alcoholic. He probably don't even remember half the shit. Ask Tash, he'll tell you. Right. Tash, did Biggie? So you trying to tell me to ask a nigga I don't know about a nigga that I know. Make that make sense. And then because Tash said it, it's true.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.